Hello, I'm Martha Hobkirk and today I'm going to be reviewing my own DT NEA project, which I'll now show you. Here is my project, my final prototype, and as you can see I'm now going to open it. So, it is a convertible table, as was shown at the start, to a seat and table edge here. Overall, I find it quite difficult to open. The seat isn't very sturdy, which obviously isn't very good when you're thinking about the general weight and pressure and force put on by a human that would be sitting on the seat. This could easily be fixed by having two separate fold out stands here, which when the seat would be lifted up, the stands would simply be placed here and would twist down to stand and hold the back of the seat. Now, the anthropometrics for my design are obviously, as you can probably see, not all that correct, as the average human would not want their desk to be at the level of their knees when sitting down. This is something that could be adjusted by either having an adjustable length here, or by making this piece higher, by making these pieces or these pieces longer, or at a higher angle. Now, in the initial design, these nuts here, which I haven't tightened very well, were supposed to be wing nuts, which would be a lot easier to twist than actual normal nuts, as wing nuts are easier and more ergonomically designed for hands to twist, which would make it easier to tighten both the seat and the table. Now, overall, aesthetically speaking, this product is not as good as it could be. While the table itself, as a normal flat table, is smooth and nice and wooden, which gives it a nice look, it could be improved by being made from a more aesthetically looking wood, such as oak or pine, which is more sustainable than oak, as it is a softwood which grows quicker, meaning that the trees can be cut down and grown quicker to replace the trees that were cut down. The other aspects of my design, which I think I could improve, would be an ergonomically shaped back to the seat, which I have been told by both of my other users would probably make the seat more comfortable to sit on, which I also have to agree with, as I am someone who doesn't like to sit on seats with backs or will lean forwards. It is still nice having that support, so when you sit back, you obviously don't fall. Now, where this seat product could be used in, I feel as if in a school or in a work environment where either space is not as present, or there isn't as much space as needed, or a situation where things need to be tidied away and packed into a smaller room, this would be very useful. In a home environment I think it would be very useful for someone who doesn't have that much room in their office or in their bedroom for a desk, as I find personally I have a problem with, because I don't have enough room in my bedroom for a desk. So something that could be converted from a table to a desk would be very useful and room conservative. At work, in an office, I think this could be useful for people who have to tidy up desks and, you know, make room away from the desks. I think it could be quite useful to have collapsible, you know, into coffee tables, into just smaller compact shapes, so they can just be stacked upon one another. In the home, I also think it could be useful as a table if this would have legs at the bottom, which could fold in, and then so once the table legs are out, it would be a little coffee table that you could, you know, put anything you want on it, tea, coffee, things that aren't drinks. And once the legs are collapsed, it would then sit flat on the floor and could be turned into the desk chair combination, and then used for work and anything else. Things I like about my design is that the desk can be put at whatever angle you want, which can be quite helpful for anyone who does any art or anything where they are resting their arm on the table for quite a long time, as they have something to rest and hold their arm up against. Things I don't really like about my design, other than problems I've already gone through, is I don't think it is as colourful or exciting or pretty to look at as it could be. I think if it were painted a nice colour, I don't know, a blue or a green or anything of a dark colour, or if it were made from metal, I think it would look a lot nicer and would fit more in a home environment. Or if it were made with a cheaper, you know, more mass productionable, if that's a word, material, then it could be made in mass production, like I said, and then used in a school for tables for every student, you know, tables for students that could be placed together to make rows, which would be helpful to make notes on, such as in universities, which is where my initial user works as a lecturer, having rows that could all slot together yet still be individual and adjustable to the students' needs could be very helpful. So overall, I think there are some aspects of the chair which I would like to change, and which I would change and modify, obviously, such as the height adjustment, the connectability with more chairs to turn them into rows, the back, the ergonomically designed back to the chair, the leg supports for the chair base so it is more stable, and the wing nuts, or slightly more fixed way of, or easier way of tightening the bolts so everything stays in place. Oh yeah, and the table legs at the bottom for where the base would turn into a coffee table or just table to have around the house. So yeah, thank you.